Hello viewers, welcome to another wonderful show. It's Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino. Yes, for those of you that are new on this channel, this is Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino, where I dish out information for those that want to migrate to Canada. So if this is your first time on this channel, you just stumbled on this channel for the first time, take some few moments, click on the subscription button, and there's a notification bell beside it. Click on it so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to see it. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the likes button, share this video with your loved ones. Alright, based on popular demand, based on your question, based on your demand, so people ask me this question: okay, what course can you advise me to study in Canada? Which one are the most lucrative in Canada? So today, on today's episode, I brought to you 10 most lucrative careers in Canada. I mean, career that I know that when you're done studying, you will definitely get a job. So that is what I brought for you today. So you want to see it on, hang on tight, call your friends, call your neighbor, call everybody around you, grab a cup of coffee, because I'll be telling you the 10 most lucrative career in Canada presently. So hang on tight, I'll be dissecting that for you.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Number one on my list on the most lucrative jobs in Canada will be nurse practitioner. As the population ages, careers in healthcare industries are becoming increasing in demand. I mean, Canada now, people are seeking primary healthcare. Going to the hospital, there's always a huge queue, long delay at the hospital when you want to see a doctor. As a result of that, nurse practitioners are being sought after in Canada. So this is a field that if you want to come into Canada to study, or you're presently in Canada, you can actually go into this field because it is very lucrative. What are the qualifications for you to become a nurse practitioner? All you need is a university degree. I mean, a 4 years university degree in any institution that offer this course. Or if you want to go further too, you can also do your masters after you're done your degrees, and you become a nurse practitioner. And also, don't forget, you need to take the exam with the Nurse Institute in Canada. There's a registration body that regulates every nurse practitioner's career in Canada. So you need to register with them, take the exam. Once you're done with the exam, then you can start making huge money. You could be earning as high as 100,000 Canadian dollars annually. I mean, as a registered nurse, the minimum you can be getting per hour will be $35 per hour. This is very lucrative. There's no province that you go to in Canada that they are not looking for nurses. So this is something you want to look into. We have the practical nurse and the registered nurse. The registered nurse, you can do that. It's a 2 years diploma and you're done. But there's a limitation to what you can do as compared to the nurse practitioner that you study for 4 years and you back your degree. So if I'm going to advise you, it's better you go for the nurse practitioner the 4 years one, so that you don't limit yourself. You can do and earn as much as you want. And according to the projection, the number of people employed in this field has increased by 75% in the last 5 years, according to Canada government. And by 2024, the government predicted that there will be more jobs in this field than people are presently working there. So this is something you can set for yourself. Set this goal for yourself. By 2024, there will be more people looking for nursing than those that are available to practice it. So look into it. It is very lucrative. Second on my list on the top 10 most lucrative jobs in Canada would be software engineers. I mean, in Canada, you can't get it wrong. Don't forget that globally now, technology is taking over now. I mean, things have been done. Technology is just virtually taking over everything now. So if you're a software engineer, you can help in developing different software application just to fast track things. Organization actually needs it just to make sure that they are moving to the next level because of globalization. So as a software engineer, if you study anything, I mean, in this field, you can do coding, front and back coding. I mean, you can do all those stuff. You can't get it wrong in Canada. It is one of the most sought after jobs here right now. I mean, on an average, a software engineer in Canada makes an average of 90,000 annually as a software engineer. And for you to get this right qualification, all you need to do is you can study in a university or in any college that offers anything in this field. Learn how to do coding, application design, and things like that. If you can learn this and you're good at it, I mean, and also in addition to this, not just that, you can do some 1 or 2 certifications in this area of endeavor to, learn one or two certificates, get it, add it to your resume. It can actually help you to go a long way. And don't forget that years of experience in this field also matters to determine what salary you earn. But I can tell you practically that if you do anything in this IT field as a software engineer, you can't get it wrong, because there are tons and tons of jobs available for you. If you have the right connection, I am so sure that you won't be out of business at any point in time. So this is a profession that I will actually encourage people to study if they want to make huge money in Canada. Next on my list on lucrative jobs in Canada will be financial manager or account manager, as the case may be. People are looking for who can help them manage their account. Organizations are actually rooting for financial accountants that can help them perform standard and write report for their accounts, the yearly accounts. Senior managers are actually looking for financial managers. So this is a very lucrative job as far as Canada is concerned. So this is something you want to also look into. For job qualification, what do you need to be able to become an account manager? All you need is a bachelor's degree in business administration, economic, or commerce. Also, you can also do your MBA. If you do your MBA, which I advise, then you become hot cake. You will be earning huge. You'll be in lots of figures. You'll be talking about like 100,000 Canadian dollars annually, if not more than that. It comes with experience. So financial manager, account manager, this is something you want to look into. Get your CPA too, which is a certification in the financial management field, and that is something that we actually pay you on the long run. So this is a very, very lucrative course too, in addition to those that I've told you in the past. So if you want to study, look into the account department too. Business administration is something you can actually look into. Economics, commerce, with that you won't get it wrong. And if you after your degree, if you get your experience, continue to build on your resume by doing some certification courses, and you won't get it wrong as far as working in Canada and any huge is concerned. Another course that I would advise you if you want to make name for yourself, earn huge money in Canada, is anesthesiologist. I hope I got that right. Medical profession will remain in demand in Canada for several years to come. It's always in demand. They have also been it's a very remunerative profession in Canada. You're looking at an average of 298,000 per annum as an anesthesiologist in Canada. What do you do as an anesthesiologist? What you do is you help in the surgery room. You help the surgeon to give anesthetics to patients that surgery is about to be performed on, and also you help to monitor. So that is what an anesthesiologist does. To become an anesthesiologist in Canada, you need to study for an undergraduate degree in the medical field. Then you need to complete the medical degrees and do at least 5 years of residency training. Finally, you need to pass the specialized exam of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada in order for you to be an anesthesiologist. It is very lucrative. Minimum you can get in this field is 109,000 per annum as an anesthesiologist, and it could rise as much as 500,000 per annum. So this is something you want to look into. If you have your time, if you don't mind, if you want to study, if you don't mind the medical field, this is something that is very lucrative, and you'll be earning huge money in this field. Alright viewers, if you've been enjoying what I've been saying so far, feel free to hit on the likes button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please take a moment, hit on the subscription button. There's a notification bell beside it. Click on it, you get notified anytime I drop a video. So next on my list on 10 most lucrative jobs in Canada will be engineering project manager. You're an engineer and you become also a project manager too in the engineering field. It is very lucrative. Engineering project managers is one of the most sought after, highest paying in-demand job in Canada as of 2019. The average salary of an engineering project manager in Canada presently will be nothing less than 82,000 Canadian dollars per annum. But you can increase this through bonus sharing, commission, profit sharing, and the likes of them. To become an engineering project manager, all you need is your bachelor's in any engineering field. It could be construction, electrical, mechanical, whatever engineering field, and also you need to become a project manager by taking the project management certification too. By that you become an engineering project manager, and it can earn huge money. And don't forget that huge money that we're talking about comes with experience in this field, and the more certification, the more feather you add to your cap. So you can complement this by also doing your masters in the engineering field too. So these are what makes you hot cake in the engineering field, a name, a force to reckon with in the engineering field. So this is something you want to look into. If you're looking at what course do I want to study to make huge money, to be accepted in Canada, that is in demand in Canada, engineering project manager, it is something that you want to look into because it is also very, very, very lucrative. Still talking about most sought after jobs in Canada that you won't get it wrong if you actually take this career path. Next on my list will be police officer. Police officer help to prevent crime, maintain law and order in our society. And so this is something that you want to look into. It's a very dangerous job, I know, but at the same time, it is also a very lucrative job too. It is something that is worth it in terms of your personality, it boosts your ego, puts more money in your pocket. It is something you want to look into. What are the qualifications? What do you need in order for you to be a police officer? All you need is your high school diploma. If you have a college certificate or a university degree, that is also good for you too. In addition to that, you need to take a 6-month police training program, and also meet physical and psychological fitness tests too, in order for you to become a certified police officer. Averagely, when you're looking at the salary of a police officer in Canada presently, you're looking at nothing less than 88,000 per annum. It is very huge. Also the rates, police officers, they are not enough in Canada. People, they are always recruiting, they are always looking for, because in an advanced society as we have in Canada, crime rate is increasing. There are more people coming into Canada, so this needs to be there needs to be enough police officer to mitigate crime and to make sure that the society is secured. So this is something you want to look into. So when you're talking about police officer, you could be a police officer with at the provincial level, or you could be at the federal level, which is the RCMP. If you are with the RCMP, you have more money in your pocket, more benefits. It's more advisable if you can get to the RCMP, but at the local level too, provincial level too, it is not bad. Police officer job, it's something you want to look into because it puts more money in your pocket, and also it's career and fulfilling. But safety is also something you want to take into cognizance too. The aviation industry is also not left out of the lucrative careers in Canada. So we're talking about aircraft pilots. If you become an aircraft pilot, flying planes, private planes, or any of the commercial plane, you can't get it wrong in Canada, because the demand for this is also very huge. They're looking for pilots. If you get certified, it is something that you can actually make huge money. On an average, a pilot in Canada is making nothing less than $35 per hour. Flying per hour, you're making $35 per hour. And the country, Canada, still experience shortage of pilots, and as more and more people are flying, the need for pilots is growing bigger and bigger. And due to the nature of the work, it is one of the most sought after job in Canada. So if you actually like the aviation industry, you want to fly plane, it is something you want to look into. All you need to do is you need to take your license in the go to aviation school, pass your exam, get your license. You can fly commercial plane if you want, or if you want a private license, you can also fly private too. Anyone that you feel you want to do is your choice. But this is something that I want you to think about. This is something I want you to look into, especially if you're looking for any course you want to study in Canada, so that you can earn huge money and be able to meet your financial demands. Going back to the healthcare industry, that's where I'm picking my next most lucrative job, which is optician. More than half of all Canadians wear eyeglasses, and as the population ages and more people experience eye restraint from using electronic devices, the number will continue to grow. People demand for eyeglasses will continue to rise. This means that increasing demand for dispensing of optician will be on the rise. An average salary for an optician in Canada presently in 2019 is nothing less than $22 per hour. To become an optician, you need to complete an approved training program, pass your national optical science examination, and then register with the regulatory body in your province or territory. Then you become a certified optician, and you can help people with their eye problem while you're also making cool and nice money. So this is something you want to look into. If you're looking at what course you want to study, and when you're done studying, you won't be out of job. Opticians, they make good money, and you won't be out of job if you study in this field. I guess the medical field is very lucrative in Canada. So if you want to study, you won't get it wrong in this field. Next on my list on most lucrative job in Canada presently will be pharmacist. Canada is still experiencing a shortage of qualified pharmacists, and the average pay for a pharmacy in Canada presently is nothing less than $45 per hour. You can find work as a pharmacy in the hospital, in a drugstore, like working in Rexdale, Shoppers Drug Mart, and other drugstore. I mean, to become a pharmacist in Canada, all you need to do is get a pharmacy degree in any university that offers this course, pass your Pharmacy Engineering Board of Canada National Board exam, and register in your province or territory and start practicing as a pharmacist. So if you like the medical field, you want to dispense drugs, you want to help people out with drugs, this is something you want to look into. And I can assure you, when you're done with your board examination and you're registered in your province, you won't be out of job in Canada. The demand for you will continue to be high. So mommies, daddies, anybody, if you want to advise your kid and on what to study, studying pharmacy in Canada, being a pharmacist in Canada, you won't get it wrong, because it's a well-paying job and to put food on your table. As for me, based on everything I've told you so far, the one I feel, which is the job I feel is more paramount and the number one most lucrative, would be a medical doctor. As a physician, you can work in the hospital, work in the clinic, medical center, private practice, anywhere, and also you can specialize as a medical doctor. You can practice, have a general practice, being a gynecologist, dermatologist, pediatrician, optomedic, or you can also be a surgeon too. So whichever you want to be. But I'm assuring you that if you become a medical doctor in Canada, you won't be out of job. So how do you become a medical doctor? First, you need to earn your bachelor's degree in any science subject. After your bachelor's degree, then you proceed to complete your medical school. It's a 4 years program where you learn things about being a medical doctor. After that, the next step is to complete your residency. While you're doing your residency, you choose it. While you're doing that, you get to practice and also earning money to learn the tenet and the ethics of being a medical doctor. And also, after you're done your residency, then you can obtain your license and start practicing as a medical doctor. And if you want to further by specializing in any area that I mentioned earlier, you can also do that too. So now let's talk about what is the average salary of a medical doctor. An average salary of a medical doctor is nothing less than $148,000 per annum in Canada. That is whooping, that is huge, and that is why for me I feel it is the most lucrative job in Canada. There are some other ones, you can prove me wrong, but for me that's what I think. All you need to do is you need to derive passion for helping, for treating people before you venture into this. So you don't think about the money alone, you need to have a passion for it. But I am assuring you, if you become a medical doctor in Canada, you won't be out of job. It's worth doing, because in Canada, I can tell you practically that when you go to the hospital, before you can get an appointment to see a doctor, it takes a longer time. And also, when you get to the hospital on the date of appointment, you have to wait for several hours before you can see a medical doctor. That shows that there's a huge gap in this industry, and that's why I would advise people to take up this profession. Alright, so I want to believe you actually enjoyed the video that I brought for you today. So in summary, just to summarize everything, you discovered that most of the jobs that are in vogue now, that are paying very well in Canada now, are in the health sector. I mean, you can't get it wrong if you study nursing, optician, dentist, medical doctors. You can't get it wrong in Canada. I know it might be time consuming, it might require huge money for you to study it, but I can tell you that if you can successfully complete this study, you will be good. And also, if Accounting job is not bad. Do project management, IT jobs, and yes, you won't get it wrong in this department also. So engineering job too, you won't get it wrong. So these are the kind of job that even if you must have suffered so hard to get this money to pay your tuition fee from your parents, from yourself, or probably you got funding if you're in Canada. So it's more fulfilling after your study to be able to get a good job so that you can actually pay back the loan or the fund you got. So that is why in order for you to study, you need to pick carefully. Look at the jobs that are trending, jobs that can actually give courses rather that can actually give you a good job when you're done studying. And that's why I brought to you the 10 most lucrative jobs in Canada that if you study them, you will be good to go. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, like I always say, please click on the likes button, share this video with your loved ones, anybody that you feel wants to, is on a dilemma now right now, doesn't know what course to study, share this video to them. They might actually benefit from it. Alright, so I'm running to the think about this segment where I always drop it deep. You ponder on it, you think about it, you apply it to your daily life, and it always works for you. Welcome to the Think About It segment. Alright, so I've got this wonderful quote that says, to be in the top 1%, you have to be willing to do what the other 99% aren't. Once again, to be in the top 1%, you have to be willing to do what the other 99% aren't. So simply put, what that simply says is that, so in order for you to be reckoned with, be a force to reckon with, you should be able to go out of band. You should be able to do what others are not doing, because other people are studying courses that are probably not okay, or you don't have to do that. So you have to do your own research very well, do what is out of the ordinary, do what people are not doing. And that's why I brought these 10 most lucrative jobs presently in Canada that if you study them, you will have a very fulfilling career in it. Alright guys, if you have any question, drop it in the comment section below. Hit the likes button, share this video with your loved ones. Hit me back. I mean, if you can reach me on this YouTube channel, you can hit me on my Facebook channel, my Twitter, my Instagram is there. Reach out to me. I will try as much as possible to answer your question. And guys, just a caveat, please, I might not be able to answer all your questions. Please, if you feel you have any other question, any other yearning that you have, feel free to go online and do your own additional research. But I'll try as much as possible to do justification to some of your questions. Alright guys, it's been a wrap. It's been fun, fulfilling. I know you must have enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the likes button till I come back to you guys with another wonderful, informative, and thrilling episode on Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino. Guys, stay out of crime. One love.